Imagine you're getting ready for work. But today, you have two mirrors. One is in New York. Other is in Stockholm. In New York, the bathroom lights switch on. The makeup bag opens. Foundation, concealer, mascara, quick touch of blush. One last look. No. Step inside an apartment in Stockholm. The morning feels quieter. She washes her face. Applies moisturizer. A little sunscreen. Maybe mascara. Soft lip balm. She looks in the mirror. Male. And leaves. The strange part. Neither woman looks less beautiful. They simply see beauty. Through different eyes. So why do Scandinavian women often wear less makeup than many women in America? Is it because they don't care about beauty? Not even close. In fact, the answer begins long before the makeup bag is ever opened. A travel writer once described her first morning in Sweden like this. I kept looking around because something felt different. But I couldn't explain what it was. Cafes were full. The streets were busy. Everyone looked effortlessly put together. Then it finally clicked. It wasn't the clothes. It wasn't the hairstyles. It was the makeup. Most women were wearing some. But very little. No dramatic contour. No heavy foundation. No oversized lashes. Their skin still looked like in. First, she thought it was just fashion. But after speaking with local women, she realized it was something much deeper. It wasn't a beauty trend. It was a different way of thinking. Because in much of Scandinavia, the goal isn't to look like someone else. It's to look like your healthiest self. And that single idea quietly changes everything. It's Monday morning. Two women are getting ready for work. One lives in Chicago. Other in Copenhagen. The woman in Chicago checks the mirror. She notices a little redness. Small blemish. She reaches for foundation. The woman in Copenhagen notices the same thing. But she reaches for moisturizer instead. Why? Because for many Scandinavian women, healthy skin comes before beautiful makeup. That may sound simple. But where you live often shapes how you care for your skin. Scandinavian winters are long. Cold winds. Dry indoor heating. Very little sunlight. By the end of winter, your skin can feel completely different. Protecting it becomes part of everyday life. Covering it doesn't solve the problem. Taking care of it does. That's why skincare isn't treated as an extra step. For many women, it is the beauty routine. And once your skin feels healthier, you naturally need less makeup. Not because makeup is wrong. Because it no longer has to do all the work. That's the first surprise many visitors notice. The beauty looks lighter. But the care behind it often runs much deeper. And that's where the story becomes even more interesting. Because the difference isn't only about skin care. It's also about a single Swedish word that quietly shapes everyday life. If you ask someone in Sweden, what makes a good life? You might hear one simple word. Lagom. It doesn't have a perfect English translation. But it means, not too much, not too little, just enough. First, sounds like advice. Until you realize, it's everywhere. In Scandinavian homes. Simple furniture. Clean spaces. Only what they truly need. In their wardrobes. Fewer clothes. Better quality. Even their coffee breaks. Never rushed. Never excessive. Just enough. Somehow, that same philosophy finds its way into the makeup bag. Imagine walking into a beauty store. One woman fills her basket with every product that's trending online. A new primer. A viral blush. Setting spray. Another eyeshadow palette. Now imagine another woman. She quietly picks up the same moisturizer she's used for years. The mascara she already trusts. Lip balm. Then she walks to the checkout. Not because she couldn't afford more. Scandinavia is one of the wealthiest regions in the world. She simply doesn't see a reason to replace something that already works. That's Lagom. Not buying less because you have less. Buying less because you need less. Now compare that with many beauty trends in America. Every week, there seems to be something new. Glass skin, latte makeup, cherry blush, cloud skin. Social media moves fast. Beauty trends move even faster. For many American women, makeup is creativity. It's fun. It's self-expression. And that's one of the reasons the American beauty industry is so innovative. But in much of Scandinavia, beauty isn't usually driven by trends. It's driven by routine. A routine that changes slowly. Sometimes, not for years. Because when something already feels right, why replace it? And perhaps, that's why many Scandinavian makeup bags look surprisingly small. Not empty, just intentional. Saturday morning, New York. A beauty store opens. Within minutes, people are testing the newest products, the newest shades, the newest trends. No, let's travel north. Small pharmacy in Oslo. The shelves are full too. But many customers walk toward skincare first. Gentle cleansers, moisturizers, PF, products they'll probably use every single day. Not just this season. But here's what surprised one American visitor the most. He said, nobody looked like they were trying to compete. One woman wore lipstick. Another wore none. One had eyeliner. Another didn't. And nobody seemed to notice or care. That freedom changes something. When you stop worrying about keeping up, you stop buying things just to fit in. That's why many Scandinavian women don't ask, what's everyone wearing? Just, what actually works for me? It's a small question, but it creates a very different relationship with beauty. The goal isn't to become someone new every season. The goal is to become more comfortable being yourself. Maybe that's why Scandinavian beauty often feels so calm. Because confidence doesn't begin with foundation. It begins with comfort. Comfort in your own skin. Comfort in your own routine. Comfort in knowing you don't have to follow every trend to feel beautiful. A few years ago, an American journalist asked a Swedish woman a simple question. Why do so many women here wear so little makeup? The answer wasn't about mascara or foundation. She simply smiled and said, because I want people to remember my face, not my makeup. That sentence stayed with her, 'cause it explained something that statistics never could. For many Scandinavian women, makeup isn't the center of beauty. It's the final detail. The story begins much earlier, with healthy skin, fresh air, daily walks, simple routines, good sleep, and perhaps most importantly, the quiet confidence that they don't have to look different to look beautiful. That doesn't mean every Scandinavian woman wears minimal makeup. Many love bold lipstick. Some enjoy full glam. Just as millions of American women prefer a fresh, natural look every day. Beauty is personal. There are no rules, only choices. The real difference isn't the amount of makeup. It's the question each culture asks. In many parts of America, beauty often begins with, what can I add? In much of Scandinavia, it often begins with, what can I protect? One focuses on creating a look. The other often focuses on preserving one. Neither is right. Neither is wrong. They're simply two different philosophies. Looking into the same mirror. Tomorrow morning, before you open your makeup bag, pause for just a moment. Look into the mirror. And ask yourself one simple question. Am I wearing this because I enjoy it? Or because I feel I need it? There isn't a right answer. Some days, makeup is creativity. Some days, it's confidence. And some days, simply fun. But perhaps the Scandinavian lesson isn't about wearing less. It's about needing less. Less pressure. Less comparison. Less chasing perfection. Because confidence doesn't always come from adding another product. sometimes comes from finally believing that your own face is already enough. Maybe that's why so many visitors leave Scandinavia saying the same thing. I don't know exactly why, but everyone looked effortlessly beautiful. Maybe the secret was never inside the makeup bag. Maybe it was the freedom to stop trying to become someone else. If this video made you see beauty from a different perspective, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Which philosophy feels closer to you? The American approach, where makeup can be creativity and self-expression, or the Scandinavian approach, where less often feels like enough? Share your answer in the comments. And if you're curious about the quiet habits, traditions, and everyday philosophies that shape life across Scandinavia, subscribe, because sometimes the smallest daily habits tell the biggest stories.